the Spirit of God came to me, and he said, I want you to write a poem. I want you to write a poem to get the attention of the ones that not even listening. I want you to write a poem of those that refuse to pay attention. So I refused, and I said, why me? He said, because I gave you this gift that is still inside of you to set the captives free. So I want you to write a poem. I want you to write a poem that stretches far between the desert all the way across the ocean blue. I want you to write a poem that's filled with spirit and truth. I want you to write a poem that attack their hearts and their mind ways and sound ways so I can get their attention today. To let them know through this poem, I want them to know what is the purpose of Christmas. Or is it Christ's blessing? So I want you to write a poem. I want you to write a poem for that little girl that's sitting back home all alone waiting for her father to come back home. I want you to write a poem for that man that's sleeping outside on the street corners and nobody else passing by. I want you to write a poem for those people that go grocery shopping through the Christmas tree, stand at Walmart outside trying to get a brand new TV, but overlook the people on the street that is leaving homelessly. I want you to write a poem that encourages the strong and strengthens the weak. I want you to write a poem that's so sound and so deep. I want you to write a poem right here today and Arifjan on this Christmas day to let them know that God is in control of your life in every single way. I want you to write a poem that will uplift the weak. I want you to write a poem just for me. Or who day is it anyway? But I want you to write a poem. Because I want you to write a poem because somebody out there is hurting in the inside. Even though they sit right here in their seat, they still not complete. So I want you to write a poem so they'll come to me. I want you to write a poem because the eyes and the tears that they shed last night is still on their soul. I want you to write a poem so I can make them whole. I'm calling out their names today, wherever they might be, because I want you to write a poem because they're still not set free. I want you to write a poem because me and you using me on this mic, I still got some issues with me, so I know I'm not just right, but you still let my light shine so I can encourage somebody throughout this night. I want you to write a poem. And as I close my eyes and hope these tears don't run down my face, I still want you to write a poem and let them know right there to hug them, hold them so I can embrace. I want them to write a poem to change their lifestyle. I want you to write a poem that usually don't hear in church, but I want you to write a poem to encourage them that I'm still here and I want them to put me first. So I want you to write a poem that for that girl that's saying that her family don't even call her on Christmas Day. And her pride is hurt that anyway, so she don't want to pick up the phone and just say Merry Christmas. So I want you to write a poem to that dad that just left his family all alone. I want you to write a poem to those that are still in the killing just to try to provide food on their family plates. I want you to write a poem so they can be right there, let them know waiting there, having gates to open up their arms. And I want you to write a poem, let them know that even though sometimes they are wrong, I want you to write a poem so I can welcome them back home. See, they know strangers that was born in the manger, their life was so much danger, so I patiently came so I could deliver them. And I want you to write a poem that somebody remember the next day. Because even though it's Christmas, every day is Christmas. And I want them to write a poem. I want you to write a poem so profound. I want you to write a poem so deep. I want you to write a poem so real so they can feel how I feel. Because every day I look at the wonders of heaven, I look below. And my Father asked me, is it time to go? And I look at them and I said, that mercy and grace. I said, no, not yet. Just give them one more day. One more day to breathe. One more day so they can just pray and talk to me. Give them one more day so their lungs can fresh breath out and say, thank you, Jesus. One more day so they can hear the words that I say. One more day so they can open their eyes and just throw praises up in the air. I want to give them one more day to let them know that they do have hope. I want to give them one more day so they can change their lifestyle around. I want to give them one more day so they can replace this turmoil all over this ground on this sound in this day that we call Arifjan. I want to replace Arifjan and lift it up to the one that we call the Holy Son. See, I want to write a poem. And not just me, I want him to use me to write this poem. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this mic, but I know I'm not going to get off till he get what he have across with me tonight. So I still want to write this poem. But somebody out there is still hurting. Somebody got the jealousy, envy, and this rage. Now, I want to write a poem so we put all that stuff back in this cage. He told me to write a poem so they can take some of this fruit. Some of this fruit that tastes like this joy, this peace, this patience, this kindness, this goodness, this faithfulness. I want you to write a poem so they can gain self-control. I want you to write a poem to get them strength to hold on when they feel they're using the rope and the strangling of this world and causing them to choke. I want you to write a poem so they can realize that I'm standing right down and I wipe the tears from their eye like I said I would. Because whoever would love you and like me, nobody but me, the awesome God He is, the great G-O-D, the Almighty. Praise His name, the gift is so heavenly. So I want you to write a poem so I will come all the way down here and hear the poem. Nobody else would do it just to say, I love you. To give that right communication back to your Father, I will even die for you. Write a poem to tell him I would die and shed my blood on this wicked cross while looking at Christmas trees and praising Santa. I want to write a poem to say it's time for them to praise Hosanna. Forget Rudolph and his nose is bright. I want to write a poem to tell him I'm the truth, the way, and the life. I want you to write a poem. See, I still want you to write a poem. And I don't know how many times I'm going to ask you to write this poem, but I know that you're the one I can count on. I know that in the times get rough, you're the one that is struggling, you will press on. With your words that I still with you with this gift, I know you will uplift some. I want you to write a poem because their toes are hurting. And so many people just don't realize they hurt. So many people don't even realize they're blind. They're walking blind, and I'm still on the main line just waiting for them to pick up the phone and say how I'm doing. But this day is your birthday, and we thank you for all the other presents, but we only say happy birthday, Jesus. So who is there to feel bad? I even say maybe me. So I hold these tears back because I still want to write a poem. And some people ain't never seen freestyle like this, but they never seen heavenly style. So you give me all this, so much knowledge they couldn't learn in college, but you are my father. So I come to you with so much steel, because you give me with these steels, they put those so they can hold on to this will and still write a poem. Too bad I don't have this on paper, but it comes from the Creator. So whatever I say, you take it for everybody else in this world is so much greater.
Jesus.
I want you to write a poem to touch the insides. Because today or tomorrow somebody is trying to commit suicide. It's because they can provide. But I am Jehovah Jireh. Nothing else is higher. Who else can put out my fire? I have that extinguished flame. I can heal all pain. I can do everything that just calls on my name. I want to write a poem. I want to write a poem so deep and so true, so blue. I want to write a poem but nobody else can say that they love you. And like I said, when I look out the windows of heaven, I breathe on your soul. I give you life in the morning. I give you strength to press on throughout your day. So why cry and worry about the tears of life? I want to write a poem. I have the strength that Jesus used me to say, I want to write a poem to fix broken marriages. I want to write a poem to heal that little girl that feel like her father just don't call her name or pay no attention to her. I want to write a poem to stop domestic violence. I want to write a poem that one day everything will just pause for a moment of silence. Because I want to write a poem. And this poem right here will last forever throughout the trials and storms, through your trials and tribulations and tribulations that you face through your daily situation. I want to write a poem so I can be your motivation. I can be one that holds you. I want to write a poem that when you breathe your last breath, I will give you the strength like CPR, like nobody else to take the next step. I want to write a poem just to heal this land. So Christmas Day is not about a record present. It's about the one that came to save the land. This is my poem that he asked me to write. And for who knows that listen, I thank you for listening to him as he used me tonight on this mic. And it is your poem. I say happy birthday, Jesus, the one that held, the one that reigns. This is your poem, and I'm glad you came.